I think it was a good week of work to try and clean some things up from our first game. And I thought we executed well and made plays when we needed to. And I just thought it was a much better all effort from our entire team, top to bottom. There was guys all over the score sheet making plays, from the face-off X to our attack guys getting the job done, finishing down there. Defense causing some turnovers, getting stops. Will and just happy with the overall performance, and we move on to the next one.
Coach, last year you said you guys played one of your sloppiest games of the year against Albany. How do you think just like you said about the execution, what changed this year? What were they giving you defensively that allowed you guys to score so much?
Well, I think we're a completely different team this year, and the difference was we learned from our mistakes, and I hope that continues. That we continue. These guys work extremely hard, not only on the field but in the meeting room, watching video, reading scouts, doing whatever. They put a lot of extra time in to make sure, and they've done a great job. And it was a nice turn, from one week to the next. It was a much well improved and a great effort on their behalf.
Joey, 5 goals on 7 shots, opposed to 1 on 15 last week. How'd you make that improvement?
I think actually it's kind of weird. I shot less this week in practice. After practice, I kind of just, I just took a deep breath and got my stuff together, for lack of a better term. But yeah, I think I was getting the same spots as I was last week. But I just thought I just put it in the goal, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Same question for you. What improvement did you see?
I thought, Coach March, I think, talked to him a little bit about just making sure he's going full speed when he's going to come from behind the net. And I think that made the difference for you on the first couple shots. You got his hands free. He was going full speed and allowed him to get off some great shots.
Jackson, you're the only one that played Albany last year. How much were you thinking about that this week, going into this game, and maybe even today?
Yeah, it was definitely in our minds, but we know that we have a new team, and we had a new goal of getting that W here, so we were able to do that.
For the players, what was Alex able to do today to get those 4 assists? And Alex, for you, what do you see your role as in this team to kind of help the offense moving forward?
I think just a veteran presence. I've been doing this this is my 5th year now, so I've just been able to see the game open up in different ways against different teams. Luckily for the guys around me, they make it pretty easy to make the one more pass, especially on the man up. Jackson just does a great job, opening himself up in the middle, which makes it pretty easy for me to put it in there. And just the offense that we have, Coach March has really given us kind of giving us the offense a little bit. So there's a lot of creativity and a lot of youth that we have. So it's really not all me. It's everyone else getting open so I can feed them the ball.
Was Albany giving you something, or for anybody else, was Albany giving Alex something to open him up to kind of galvanize scoring?
I think I could definitely speak upon that. Alex does a great job of seeing the field. So if we really dodge super hard, it allows the lanes to open up. And I think Alex did a really good job of finding that lane and seeing guys inside and being able to make that pass for a great opportunity.
A lot of the goals, 8 of the goals were scored by people coming off the bench or coming out of substitutions. How do you like to see a lot of the depth scoring going forward?
Sorry.
His question.
8 of the goals scored today were from players coming off the bench.
Yeah, it was nice. We got to play a bunch of guys, and when we did sub deeper in the lineup, they made some plays. And, we had a few first goals from freshmen, and, it was nice to see that. But You know, I was just proud of them that when they did get their opportunity, they took advantage of it and they finished on it. So sometimes when you don't play a whole lot and you get your opportunity, you press it a little bit. But they did a great job. And like I said, I thought it was a great team effort, top to bottom.
For Cole and Alex, what did you envision transferring here to Syracuse, and now how do you see that role kind of coming out in front of you now that you're here?
For me personally, I saw the great talent coming in. Obviously, Coach Gait was a big factor coming into that. I wanted to learn the game from the best to ever do it. So I thought this was the right fit for me. I also like the rigorous schedule that they have playing in the ACC. I always think that's pretty exciting to play in. This has been kind of like a childhood dream to play for Syracuse, so it was kind of an easy call.
And then for myself to have that opportunity of not only being on the field with all these great players, but also to receive an education from Newhouse and kind of learn the process of what you guys are all doing. I think it's really cool to be on the back end of that and asking the same questions to other athletes, and not only other athletes, but also just creating news stories. It's been a really cool semester, not only this spring, but also in the past fall. A lot of familiar faces that I'm classmates with in this room. So it's pretty cool just to come full circle to be on the other end of it. But I think having that balance of not only receiving a master's degree in broadcast and digital journalism, but also be able to compete alongside these guys every day. It's great.
For Cole and Jackson, more scoring from the midfield this week. Just what opened up those opportunities, and how can you continue to create them?
Our main focus was finishing the ball. We know that we didn't do that very well last game, so we were able to do that today.
And I think not only finishing, but also running really hard. I think the coaches did a really good job of emphasizing through our drills, too, of running to it and sprinting right off of it and dodging super hard. So knowing that in the back of your head when you're getting on the field to go as hard as you can, that really helped.
Coach, going into the second half, you guys scored in the third quarter, scored 7 goals on 14 shots, 6 different goal scorers during that time. Do you make any halftime adjustments? How do you think you attack so well in that?
Yeah, we told Johnny Racusa to win all the face-offs, and he did. That was the biggest difference. He got a run on the face-offs and got us possessions, and we were able to finish them. And I think there was a man up in there too, so it was just that combination. When you get possessions, and we were feeling pretty good about the way we were playing, and we got a bit of a run going, and we kept getting the ball back. It made it so we could score 5-6 goals in that quarter. 7 goals.
Question for Cole. How did it feel for you to get your first 2 goals of the season in the Dome?
It felt really cool. I think just being on the field and having everyone, embrace me after that moment was really special, just to celebrate all 6 guys on the offensive end and coming off the field and receiving all of that excitement from everyone. It was really special.
Gary, how did you structure the week knowing 2 games in 3 days, and just what do you do now until Sunday?
Well, again, we're a team focused on trying to limit our injuries, and we've done a pretty good job so far. So, yeah, knock on wood. We really rely on, as far as structuring our practice week, is we've actually practiced less this year than we did in the past, but we've done a lot more walkthroughs and a lot more video and whiteboard sessions with the players. And it's been a way to try and keep them fresh, but yet give them the lax IQ to make good decisions when they're on the field. So, we structured the week according to our strength coach, Tony, and we have a schedule for the entire year done, and we've stuck by it so far, and I think we're going to continue. We felt good about it so far.
Do you guys feel with having Will Mark in the net and having such a great defense that it gives you more freedom to kind of just go all out on the offensive end?
I wouldn't say freedom. I would say, I think Will's playing outstanding right now. So I think it's almost like confidence on the offensive end, knowing that, like, if we do mess up or turn it over, that, that they'll have our backs and, they'll be able to get the ball back for us. And, I think our defense is playing great right now. So, think they're just going to keep on going, and Will's just going to keep being him. So.
Coach, Landon Clary is in his second week of being the top cover man for you guys, and he shut down Braden Hogg to only 1 goal today. What have you seen from him so far?
He's done a great job. I think the whole defense has. Like, those guys, they work so hard together and they've accepted their roles, and they know each other's strengths, and I think it's really made for an improved defense so far this year, and my hat's off to all those guys. And Landon's done his job. He's turned into the #1 cover guy, when it's the right matchup. We'll make adjustments if it's a different matchup that Coach Petramala thinks would be better. But so far, Coach Petramala's done a great job putting his game plan together on the defensive end.
This is for Alex, and then anyone else can kind of open up to it. Pretty sure there was a sequence in the third quarter where you rung a shot off the pipe, ball was up in the air, and then on the ride, you lit up the same player not once, but twice, which got a little bit of traction. But I guess kind of just going back to the whole theme of the game, it seemed like you guys were playing at one speed, really, really aggressive. So kind of just, that play really emphasized it. But what did you think of that sequence and how the aggressiveness was there all game, both offensively on the ride and defensively?
I think honestly a lot of that frustration was because I didn't score, so I just really wanted the ball back. But if you want to put it in a more metaphorical way, I mean, I just wanted to bring it. That's the kind of energy I want to bring here. They brought me here for a reason, I think, and obviously with a veteran presence and kind of showing the young guys what Cuse Lacrosse is going to be like for the next 5 years. So that's kind of what I want to bring, and that kind of energy. And for the guys last year that lost, I think that put a stamp on it for them. So that's how I think of it.
Thanks, everybody.